Good evening, everyone. Welcome to UCW Ultimate Championship Wrestling. We got a phenomenal episode for you today as Butchie B cashes in his Ultimate Games contract against television champion Dios Salvador. Take it away, Nick G989. Dios Salvador is looking ready for this one, but trust me, he is not looking past Butchie B. These two have met.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen,
take it away,
the following contest is for the UCW Television Championship. Standing to my right, cashing in his Ultimate Games contract for a shot at the UCW Television Championship. He is the challenger, Mr. Too-Tight to Stop. He is the new age gunslinger. This is Butchie B. And standing to my right, he is the reigning, defending, undisputed UCW Television Champion. He is fighting out of a sanctuary city near you. This is El Revolucionario. This is Dios Salvador.
Well, like I said, Dios Salvador looking ready for this one, but trust me, he is not looking past Butchie B. Dios Salvador does not look past anybody, I can guarantee you that. Butchie B, the new age gunslinger, looking to step up to the next level here in UCW. We have seen him do some absolutely amazing things inside and outside this ring. And toppling Dios Salvador would be one of, if not the biggest accolade of this young guy's career. Dios has been UCW television champion for well over a year now. He has had a stranglehold on this division, defeating the likes of Tessa Blanchard at one point. And the bell has sounded. Dios has been hitting the gym a lot lately, putting on a little mass. trying to get his strength up, which is only going to make him more dangerous than he already is. Dios will look for that Cuban clutch submission that has tapped out so many. Butchie will look for that turn it up cutter, springboard from the top rope. And you have to imagine if either of those maneuvers connect, this will be a short night for both of these guys. Dios now controlling Butchie with a nice side headlock. Butchie, though, able to, no, not quite. Butchie does have a bit of a height advantage, bit of a youth advantage, but Dios, wily, a veteran, stronger than Butchie, and as many of you know, more willing to skirt the rules than Butchie. But now Butchie with the side headlock. And these fans deep behind Butchie B, as they usually are. Nice takedown there, and Butchie in firm control of Dios here. I think a bit surprising to some, as we don't often see Butchie doing ground mat wrestling. More of a striker, more of a high flyer. Dios, though, able to use his legs to counter. But Dios putting a lot of focus on the fans in the front row. Butchie able to get out there. Takedown again from Butchie B. Butchie B showing off a little bit here tonight, showing what he can do that maybe people haven't seen from him here inside the UCW arena. And this is a feeling out process for these two. Oh, quick cover there from Dios, though. Almost caught Butchie. And again, Butchie takes down Dios with that headlock takedown. Dios, though, almost caught Butchie with that pinning position. Ref J just a smidge out of position, allowed Butchie to have about a half a second to gain his bearings and kick out. Dios now using the hair to get Butchie off balance, but Butchie's still able to keep the hold. Jay's got to tell him to break it. And Butchie going to do a clean break, but not Dios Salvador. Driving that shoulder into the midsection and banging Butchie's head off of the turnbuckle. Oh, and now driving the shoulder into the lower back. If you take out Butchie B's lower back, you take out his speed, you take out his air game. You keep him grounded and you make him more vulnerable, especially to that. Well, wait a second. Broke a little too soon. Butchie backflip, looking for the super kick. Looks for an enziguri, but Dios able to get out of the way. Back suplex attempt, but Butchie able to get out, pushes Dios into the corner. Jumping knee strike catches Dios Salvador right across the side of the head. Butchie rolling through, up and over, onto the apron. There's that enziguri. Butchie B is rolling. Scissors kick on the outside. No, Dios able to get out of the way. Shoulder block it out. Dios back in control, looking for this Viper neck breaker, and he hits it. You saw Butchie B's head and neck snap off that middle rope. So Dios is really giving it to the fans tonight. You usually don't see Dios being this frazzled by the fans at ringside. Baseball slide keeps Butchie down. Dios joins him outside. And Butchie trying to come back here with some shots to the midsection. Oh, and attempts to drive Dios into the ring post, but Dios counters, and once again, in the face of these young fans who do have "you suck" signs.
You shut up.
Well, we have seen Dios do this before. He's looking for a big chop. Oh, but Butchie gets out of the way last second. They're going to broke the hand of Dios Salvador. Punch to the face. Punch to the face. And all of a sudden, Butchie B, oh, what a chop of his own. Butchie B back in control here. They got to watch the count, though. Up to an 8 here almost. And Dios goes for the eyes. Oh, Butchie's lower back again. Taking a lot of punishment here. That will also do damage to set up for the Cuban clutch. Tope Atomico from Dios Salvador into a quick pin. Only a 2 count though. I don't think that was a pinfall, an attempt to win this match. I believe that was a pinfall, an attempt to force Butchie to use extra energy and push the air out of his lungs. And Dios now right back to that side headlock, and that's going to continue to keep the air out of Butchie B's lungs. If you can't breathe, you cannot fight. Dios though giving up a little bit too much to the fans here. Oh, super kick caught Dios in the ear, followed by an enziguri off the back of the head. And a back suplex to seal the deal. Dios' equilibrium's got to be out of it now. That was pretty cool, a little rotating senton there. And Dios just able to kick out as Butchie slipped into the pin. Butchie, a nice flurry of offense there. Dios' ears probably ringing. Could have a ruptured eardrum from that enziguri. Dios into the corner, not quite with the force we usually see from Butchie. Oh! Went for a stinger splash, and this could set up. Cuban leg sweep floats over into the Cuban clutch. And the torque on the lower back and neck of Butchie B. You can see the pain etched on this young man's face. He is in trouble. Butchie, though, able to use his long legs, get to his knees. That's exactly what he needs to do. Now to his feet. Shot to the midsection. Shot to the midsection. Oh, but club to the back. And now Dios transitions into an abdominal stretch. And that is just going to continue to soften up Butchie B for the Cuban clutch, and also continue to prevent air from filling Butchie's lungs. If Butchie can't breathe, if Butchie can't get his breath back, he can't hit his high-flying offense moves like the Turn It Up Cutter. Butchie, though, able to get out of that abdominal stretch for now. Looks for a clothesline, not today, though. German suplex attempt, but Butchie able to flip out of it. Super Butch punch! Followed up by a single leg drop kick. Against the ropes. Big roaring airball attempt, but Dios able to get out of the way. Butchie says, okay, German suplex then. Butchie didn't quite get all of that combo, but he got enough. And Butchie's thinking about turning it up and going to the top rope. If you've never seen Butchie B fly, you are in for a treat. Underneath the spotlight, looking for a splash, but the pool is empty. Dios able to get out of the way. Now Dios says he's going up. We do not see Dios Salvador to the top rope very often. Frog splash to the lower back. Dios took a little too long to roll Butchie into that cover, and Butchie was able to kick out. Look at the face of Butchie B, the pain on this young man's face. And Dios again right back to the lower back and neck. The amount of damage done to Butchie B is just multiplying here with every second that passes. Butchie's going to need to pull something out big here if he's looking to get out of Dios's clutches. Suplex. A rolling of the hips. Shades of Latino heat. Butchie able to counter that one though. And Butchie with a suplex of his own, almost a brainbuster the way he landed. Both guys down again. You see Dios clenching the back of his head. Landed hard on it. Butchie was able to transition that suplex into a brainbuster last second, and that has done a lot of damage to Dios Salvador, your UCW television champion. Oh, a kip up out of nowhere from Butchie B. That's what we call turning it up. He's looking for the turn it up cutter. Off the top. Oh, but Dios catches him. Deep German suplex. Big splash in the corner. Driven into the turnbuckle, or sorry, the ring post. Oh, wait a second. Cuban leg sweep. Back to the Cuban clutch, center of the ring. Butchie B in a world of trouble here. We are deep into this matchup. Is this going to be the end? Is Butchie B going to tap out? Will Dios Salvador live to keep his UCW television championship? Or will Butchie figure out how to get out of this? He's thinking about getting to the ropes. He's almost there. Crawl, Butchie, crawl! These fans willing him on. Oh, but Dios rolls Butchie back to the center of the ring and locks it in even deeper. Look at the angle. And Butchie B is forced to tap out. Center of the ring to Dios Salvador. The historic reign of Dios Salvador continues, and another victim falls. Set him up, knock him down is what Dios says, as he heads to the back to prepare for what's next. Well, we are up next, and it is the A-Team challenging Roy Williams inside the UCW arena.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. 15-minute time limit.
Here comes Roy Williams. The echo of Nick G989's voice. It is a 1-on-2 match. Of course, Kyle Barrett taken out a couple weeks back by the A-Team with the Canadian Concerto, as I like to call it. The chair on the neck, the hockey stick to the chair. But Roy Williams is not backing down, and he is willing to take this 1-on-2 matchup if he needs to. Roy is ready. I'm surprised he's letting the A-Team get ready and not just attacking him out the block. And this is Fabio Slam Stallone looking to start here. Collar and elbow tie up, center of the ring. Fabio is going to give up some weight to Roy, as well as, well, Fabio might be a little bit, they might be about the same height. I've never seen them stand next to each other without doing that pretty much. Jay's got his work cut out for him trying to keep these two in line. And Fabio's the calm one of the two. Kurt Hendrik on the outside of the ring there is a wily, wild man. These two quite the opposite of the stereotypical Canadian. And the USA chant breaking out. The A team attempting to convert it to a favor, but they know it's not. And Roy is going to try and use his power and explosiveness. You assume to try and put this to bed early, but just making Fabio mad. And the USA chants starting from Roy Williams. The fans getting behind them. If I was Roy Williams, I would try and end this as quick as I can. Side headlock applied. Roy's going to use his slightly more body weight to put as much pressure on Fabio as he can. Fabio attempts to push him off, but Roy drops to a knee, and that keeps that side headlock locked in tight. There's like a vice grip there in the arms of Roy Williams. Shot to the midsections there, forearm strikes. This time Fabio able to get him. Oh, what a big old shoulder tackle. And Roy Williams firmly in control right now. Against the ropes. Looking for the hip toss. Roy says, not today. Fabio says, not today. Goes for the eyes. Tags in Kurt Hendrik. A good tag team maneuver there. Oh, but Kurt eats a big old clothesline. Another one. And Roy will not be denied here. Scoop slam. And the pain etched on Hendrik's face. Kick out though. Roy's got to do this alone. There is no Kyle Barrett on the injured list right now. Against the ropes. What a quick schoolboy attempt here from Hendrik. Got the tights. Roy able to roll to the side to get out. Oh, kick to the side of the head. That is the street fighting, aggressive style that the A-team represents. Fabio back in. These two are going to utilize their tag team prowess. These quick tags. Like I said, quick tag. In comes Hendrik. And now here comes a double team. Double Irish whip. Double back elbow. Followed by the double headbutt after the rendition of O Canada. Roy able to kick out. Kurt says, let's get in here, Fabio. We'll tag him back in. These two continuing to work as a well-oiled Canadian machine. Fabio now wearing down Roy Williams. And Roy has no one to tag here. Roy doesn't have an opportunity to catch his breath. Kurt Hendrik has the option to catch his breath. And then when Fabio tags him in, Fabio has the option to catch his breath. Roy Williams has no tag partner. As said, Kyle Barrett out injured. Go back and watch a couple episodes of UCW back to see what happened to Kyle. Shots, elbow to the midsections there. Oh, and a rising knee, kitchen sink, and Fabio tags in Hendrik, like I said. Looking for a assisted Russian leg sweep. Forearm strike, Russian leg sweep into the pin quickly was Kurt Hendrik, but still not enough to keep the working man, Roy Williams, down. Roy isn't just fighting for himself, he's fighting for his tag team partner, Kyle Barrett. Of course, they are collectively known as Code Black. And another tag. In comes Fabio Slam Stallone once again. And at this point, it's got to be academic. Roy Williams is a one-man in a three-legged race. Roy can barely can't even get to his feet here. As Fabio drives the fist in the side of his head. Roy is looking spent. Another shot to the side of the head. Roy doing everything in his power just to stay semi-vertical. But even then, that's not looking too great for Roy Williams. These fans are trying to get behind him, trying to get behind the working man to fuel him as he looks to put in some overtime. But right now, oh, wait a second. Midsection shot. Roy able to block these strikes. He's finding something. Big shots. Oh, but a knee to the midsection from Fabio cuts him off. Fabio looking for a suplex. Roy, though, more shots to the midsection. Roy against the ropes now. Big old clothesline drops Fabio. And all of a sudden, Roy Williams has found a whole new gear to enter into. Double underhook DDT, and Fabio is out. Kurt asking for the tag. Roy's got something in mind. I think he actually thought about tagging in Kyle, but Kyle's not there. He forgot. Clothesline from Roy Williams. Shot to the midsection. Big old suplex. Almost sent Kurt Hendrik out of the ring with that one. And Roy is absolutely fired up here. Not sure where he's getting it from. Looking for the power slam. But a little too close to A-Team territory. Wait a second, though. Miscommunication from the Canucks. As Fabio slams Stallone, drops the elbow on Kurt. And Roy's going to take this opportunity. Chucks Fabio out. If he can finish off Kurt right now, this could be this opportunity that he's looking for. Space tornado. No, sorry. Floats over into the pin. Kurt Hendrik thought he had him there. He's put people away with that before. Kurt says, all right, I'm going to the top rope. I'm putting the exclamation point on this matchup. And I'm going to take out Roy Williams like only I can. But Roy, able to get back up, cuts him off at the pass. And I see Fabio's got the hockey stick. The same hockey stick they used to take out Kyle. Oh, and Fabio with the low blow. Ref Jay was removing the hockey stick, didn't see it. And now they are setting up for the moves that won them many a match. Elevated heart attack. And the A-Team. Fabio slams Stallone. The pin by Kurt Hendrik. Pick up a win over a very game Roy Williams. Definitely sent a message. Everyone in the back, Kyle Barrett watching at home, and posing over Roy Williams. Wait a second though, what is Kurt saying to Fabio? Fabio ducking out of the ring, looking for something. I got a bad feeling about this as Jay is kicked out by Kurt. And what does Fabio have? Oh, that is a steel chair Fabio has. And I have a feeling, yep, he's looking for that hockey stick. He found it. They're looking to give another one of these Canadian concertos, this time to Roy Williams. They already took out Kyle Barrett. Now they're looking to take out Roy Williams. Wrapping the chair around the neck. Roy Williams in trouble. Oh, wait a second, though. That's the music of Adrian Autumn, and there he is, the cult classic. Steel chair in hand. Scares off the A-Team coming to the aid. of Roy Williams, of course. Adrian Elam, trained by Kyle Barrett. Very close with Roy as well. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week of UCW Ultimate Championship Wrestling here on YouTube. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as check out our Patreon page for championship matches, including J-Rock Daddy versus Jack Vaughn for the Premier Championship. Stay tuned for more exciting UCW Ultimate Championship Wrestling here on YouTube, and we will see you next time.